I am at 700 subscribers. This is the unmonetized trench where 99% of creators quit. If you're looking for a guru that tells you how easy it is to get to 1 million subscribers, this is not the video. This is a video where I'm gonna share the raw struggle and data to actually build a YouTube channel. So first of all, let's look at the reality. I don't do editing. Okay, so this is kind of a video where I just talk. This kind of a way of expressing myself and sharing my thought, my knowledge, what I learn, what I think. Okay, so this is the kind of video. And for this kind of video, at the moment, I have some video that does this month. Some video that did more than 2,000 views, and some other that did less than 100. Why this is happening? It's happening because the algorithm of YouTube is treating those small channels differently. Okay, they receive less priority. That means it's completely unstable. But now we are into I call it 18-month sustainable curve. What is this curve? It's basically, according to the statistic, we need 18 months to get to a level where it's possible to sustain yourself through YouTube. Okay, now this can be a little bit shorter, a little bit longer, depending on how good you are, how important is your topic within the moment in society and so on. But that is the trajectory. And this trajectory is divided in two parts, okay? The first 9 months and the second 9 months. So the first 9 months is where you need to build the basic to get to monetization. And for monetization, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hour. Okay, so I'm not there yet. And I'm actually at the 7th month. So in theory, looking at the data, in theory, feel weird and somehow, but in 2 months' time, I should be in monetization. Okay, and my feeling is maybe it's not 2 months, maybe it's gonna take 3 months, maybe 4 maximum. But so I might be at 9-10 months to monetization from when I started. So basically, I'm correctly inside this curve. At the same time, okay, I put a lot of effort and energy, and it's not like it just happened. Okay, so you need to work on it. But what's happening after monetization? Now, the moment you start to be monetized, YouTube will see your account differently. Okay, this is a professional account. Okay, so you will receive extra tools, but also higher priority. I guess the priority is not a on-off, but bigger the channel, higher the priority. But nevertheless, it's a massive difference between before monetization and after monetization. So the moment you start monetizing means, in theory, that the channel should go faster, So this is what they tell us. Is it true? We don't know. Okay, what I want to do is, this is the experiment I want to do. Okay, I'd like to do it with you. So if, now this is the contract that we should have between us. Okay, this channel is not about YouTube. Okay, this channel is about the human AI interaction. But I'm gonna track and share what is happening within my growth with YouTube. Okay, so now I'm doing this at basically, I'm at 700, but the point here is when you reach 500, you start the first threshold for YouTube. But you can't give the day that you make 500 the answer. Okay, you need to wait a little bit and see if something changes. Okay, as something changes, I'm gonna say later. But the point here that we should do is, if you help me out, like subscribe and like this video and share whatever, comment and so on, what is going to happen is that I'm going to get to these 1,000 subscribers and then share if actually things changes. Okay, because this is the whole point. Does it really change, or it's going to be a massive struggle until the end? Okay, because that is it's about the fear, but also the worry, but also there is a curiosity. Okay, will it change? So what I'm gonna do is, this is the video of let's call it 500, okay, and then I'm gonna do the one of 1,000. Of course, I'm not gonna do as soon as the day that I make 1,000. I'm gonna wait a few weeks before to collect data and then share that one. So this is, I think it's an important data to collect, because like I said, most of video out there that talk about how to grow YouTube, but they talk about those, they don't talk about this early phase. Okay, this early phase, which is the is really the one where 99% of people give up. So this early phase, it is about a lot of commitment, a lot of learning. There's a lot of things to do because I never done it before. Okay, look at in my scenario. I can't remember my age because I want to, it's about forget about it. But I think I'm 52, maybe 53. I'm in complete denial, but I'm around there. Okay, so the point here is, and I'm not kidding. Honestly, don't remember, but it's just denial, total denial. But the point here is, I'm doing something completely new at this age where it feels weird to feel like I'm not good at. Okay, I'm really good at something else, but now I'm sharing in front of everybody. Everybody can see me now that I'm not really good at this. Okay, I still need to learn. I get lost, I get confused, and plus I don't do editing, so you can see the raw, the everything. Okay, you can see the raw, the mess, the whatever. Okay, plus English is not my first language. Okay, this is another kind of it's a double thing. Okay, on one side is a friction. Okay, in the sense maybe it's difficult sometimes to follow what I'm saying for people that are maybe English their first language. They find like I don't know, they prefer to listen to other people that speak therefore, and you see I'm getting lost. So they might prefer people that speak their language correctly without mistakes like I do. But at the same time, there is this other aspect. Okay, there are people that English is not their first language, so they, for whatever weird reason, they actually understand me better. Okay, because I talk with a simple English, and I don't know, maybe I'm direct, maybe it's more similar to whatever their things. Or I also heard this thing that is the British and American accent is the accent of the colonialist. Okay, so for some country, they just don't want to hear it. Okay, and it makes sense. I understand, appreciate, though they can hear me better. Anyway, the statistics says that more than 50% of people are from actually US, Australia, Canada, and the UK. Okay, and majority is the US. So the US people are really active on YouTube. That's the reality. But compared to other people that actually are American, they have, as a statistic, 75-80% that come from the US. So that means I'm actually opening to another part of the world. That other part of the world means, which is beautiful, which I love it personally, it means my community is much more diverse, which again, I love it. The downside is most of the money comes from the US. Okay, so the downside is the advertisement that YouTube pay the most will be the one that come from the US. So there is this, I mean, there's nothing I can do. This is the reality where I'm living in, and I'm happy about it, okay? I'd rather have less money and more diverse community because it's much more interesting to have, this different point of view and so on. And you see through the comment, I mean, there is, I have several things of how I interact with the community. I'm gonna tell later if I don't forget. But this is the reality, okay? So, the thing is, what I'm saying here is, so you as a person, you need to understand what are the strengths and what are the area of improvement. Okay, so and work about it, but also don't be blind about the side effect of it. So everything you do is a sort of filter. Okay, my filter is, if you're not happy about this long form video, this is not for you. If you're not happy about how I look, how I talk, how I think, this is not for you. It's that simple. Okay, but for those that are more into my persona, so who I am one that comes from fine art, creativity. I'm a musician. You see here, my music instrument. Behind me there is a guitar, a bass. This is what I use to, mix and master music. So I come from that one, but also I'm a photographer. I'm studying fine art. So I did drawing, sculpturing, architecture, all these kind of things. But I also have a big understanding of the business behind the creative industry. In 2013, I started using cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin, start designing token economy and so on. So I learned about finance from that creative aspect, okay? In a completely innovative way of creating business model. But also, I grew up always with this divided, 2 point of views. Okay, one is the creative one, the other is the engineering mind. Okay, so I'm a really good bridge in explaining to engineers the aspect of creativity and to creatives the aspect of engineering, okay, aspect of business and so on. Because I'm a person that loves to think, okay, I spend hours every day, I'm not kidding, I spend hours every day thinking. So what I do, I also have this, let's call it philosophy approach to life, okay? I analyze myself, analyze my work, analyze everything, okay? So this is who I am. Now, pro and cons, okay? This means just a few people are gonna resonate with that reality. And YouTube is great for this, okay? YouTube is the only platform that does this really, really well. What it does, instead of you need to advertise your content, YouTube does it for you. So your job is just to create the right content, okay? The content that is honest to you and makes sense to a community. So then YouTube is gonna promote your content to the right people. Okay, they're gonna test, do things, so that is the importance of the algorithm, okay? So if you're watching this video, it's because YouTube suggested to you. And suggested to you because probably you are, I'm gonna guess, okay, and probably you are a creative person that don't mind a long form video, and maybe you are, again, I don't know, someone interested, of course, onto the topic, because the topic is fundamental. So the topic here is the YouTube channel growth from, from small channels. So if you are that one, you got this, YouTube put the video in front of you. Now, if the thumbnail and the title were catchy enough, okay, and resonated with your identity, then you would click it. But think about, you have, I don't know, 100 videos in front of you, and then there is also mine, my thumbnail, okay, which I still haven't thought about what the thumbnail look like, so I can't talk about this one. But you will see my thumbnail, and then you will see, okay, I'm gonna click on this one. So, according to the statistics, you click, there is let's say if 4% of people click on your video, you are in a decent space, okay? But you can actually do more, okay? I have some video that did, I don't know, 7 at the beginning when they go live, or maybe sometimes they do 12%, so it means a lot of people are clicking. So there are different stats for statistics for how many people, how likely your videos to be watched, okay? So 4% is a decent one. You should aim for more, okay? 5-6%. And that is all connected to the thumbnail and title, okay? And the hook, maybe the word that is on the thumbnail. This is the reality. But I had video that, even though they had a really high click-through rate, it's called, and watch time, and comment and subscribers on that video. So that video was doing technically exactly what YouTube wanted. It did less than, I think less than 1,000 for sure. I can't remember, maybe even less than 500 views. So that means just the algorithm just ignore the fact that that video has the element required to be pushed, but it doesn't get pushed. Okay, and I don't know why. I don't know. It's unfortunately those data is not shared, so there is a really an unknown reason. My understanding is maybe that the YouTube algorithm check how many videos are doing well in your channel and so on, or because I had this month a couple of videos that did compared to others really well, and maybe now it's throttling my videos because my latest video they didn't do that well. So it's really jumpy, it's really weird. Again, this is why I want to do the video at 1,000. So like and subscribe. So let's go back to. Sorry, I got a lot of notes because I don't want to forget, and there is a lot to talk about this, to be honest. Okay, so let's think about it in this term. So now you have your identity, you know what you are, okay, see pros and cons and so on. Then you need to choose your topic, okay, what you are willing to talk endlessly, okay, that you can talk for days and days without stop. What is that topic that you have so passion, understanding and knowledge and so on? What is it? And forget about being an expert, okay? It is passion what counts the most. So are you passionate about this topic? Good. Now you have a reason to learn, and then you can share your learning and so on. And remember, for example, now I'm sharing my learning about this, okay? My learning, what I'm sharing now, is completely irrelevant to people that have a huge channel, okay? Because I'm talking about the smaller channel. But for people like you that you're watching, that in theory you want to grow your channel, and you are at the same level that I am, or maybe a little bit less, or maybe you have more viewers than I do, but you took maybe years to get there. Okay, so what you see now, it's a different point of view. It's someone that shares the truth about their experience. Okay, that truth, has value. Okay, and that is why people are watching this. Now, this video might do really well or completely, bad. I don't know. We don't know. Okay, but that is the point. This is the experiment. This is what we need to do before we become big. Okay, because then will be kind of pressure when you have thousands of subscribers or viewers per video. It will be really difficult to experiment. So now is the moment. Okay, it's now that I'm learning, and therefore I challenging my idea, my work, and so on. I experiment with my content creation. I need to find my voice, and the only way to do it is to do it. Okay, to find out who you are, you need to test yourself. This is what I'm doing. So, in honesty, I have no idea how good this video will perform. Part of me says, okay, I'm talking to a larger audience in theory, and it could be actually doing really well for this reason. I really hope so, because it's really depressing when you do a lot of views. But again, it's in this phase before monetization is experimentation, learning, improving, and so on. So this process is fundamental. How do I do it? Okay, now I want to share, because like I said at the beginning, I'm an expert in using AI. Okay, I'm really into human AI collaboration. So there is now this new technology, which is somehow scary, at the same time is amazing, can do things that are impressive. Now, there are different ways to use AI. My way of using AI is not to replace me, okay, because otherwise I wouldn't do those raw video. Okay, the point here is not to replace humans. The point here is to augment humans. Okay, how can I use AI to augment me in building this YouTube channel? Okay, first of all, it's not about ideas, okay? I have my ideas, I'm a creative person, I don't need ideas, okay? What I need is to improve, okay? So I can give for example, when I'm gonna finish this video, I'm gonna give the transcription of this audio and ask AI, what do you think? It's good enough. What can I learn the next time? Okay, what did I do right, what did I do wrong? And there is no right and wrong without a reference. Okay, so I train my AI to understand what an ideal video should look like. And then on that virtual blueprint, the AI will compare it and say, look, there is this part that needs to be improved, this part was just not good enough, and so on. So already I can hear the voice of AI already telling me what I'm doing wrong in this. But this is the thing, okay? So use AI not to tell you what to do, but tell you how to improve it. Okay, and that is using AI in a way that is augment my ability. It's not replacing me. I'm not working for AI that tells me, you need to say this, and this, and this. No, I'm gonna help me AI to structure it, and then I'm gonna say it the way that I want. But then the point here is, okay, so now your question might be, okay, so there is a way to build this ideal ideal structure. Now, in the deep dive article, I'm gonna write this, okay? Now I can't remember, I'm not gonna say it's complex. I'm gonna give you some little elements, but in the deep dive article, I'm gonna give you the correct structure according to the research that I did and the information out there. So, The main point on the video, it's the first 30 seconds are the most important one. Okay, like I said, is where most people live. So if you nail the first 30 seconds, then you have a chance that people, okay, now are committed to this video, gonna watch until the end, or at least a good part of it. So, and then there is other elements. Okay, there is the elements of storytelling. How can you keep the people connected and keep interested over time to the things that you're saying during the video? Okay, so there are, first of all, you divided things in islands. Okay, so it's more it's clear. Okay, I'm talking about this, now I'm talking about this other, and then I'm talking about this other, and so on. Things that I'm completely not good at. Okay, so if you see this video, it's just, I keep jumping, getting lost and so on. But this is because I'm a creative person. I love, thinking and be honest. Okay, so I'm struggling in keeping those islands. Even though I say I have in front of me, out there, I get lost. Okay, but there is another element, how you connect those islands, because I can just watch an island and then leave because I'm not interested to the next one. So how do you connect this island? This is another skill, which is extremely important. Again, I'm learning about this thing. I'm not that great, but the point here is this is the art of storytelling. Okay. So there is about dealing with emotion and curiosity. So there is the drama, and then there is the surprise, the change of direction. Something insane happened. Okay, something insane happened. Okay, you see, now you're curious, what's happening? Okay, what is insane here is that if you say then, I'm gonna tell you this happened and then this happened. For some whatever reason, mentally, reason we have, we just become kind of boring. Okay, then this and then this. Okay, sorry. But if we do into this is true, but there is something else. Now you're curious, what else? Okay, but there is this. Okay, and now you know about this. And it's complex and super important, interesting, but that is not enough. There's something else. This. Now you build those islands, you connect them with curiosity and so on. So I know the theory, I'm super bad. I'm delivering. Okay, so if you are probably, now we are 22 minutes 22. So if you're still watching, you are one of those 20% of people who keep watching it. Think about this. So now that you're shooting video, you have this feeling, okay, what shall I do? How can I keep this attention until the end? It's tough. It's not easy. And also there is this reality of who I am, who I need to be to actually be a good YouTuber. So take it in the right way, in the sense there are elements that we need to improve about. Okay, and it's all good. Okay, it's all learning, improving, and changing. So, and then there is elements that you can change your reality. Okay, this is me. I'm interested in creativity and humanity, and in human connection and so on. That is me. I can't move that one, but I can be better in storytelling. So I'm gonna learn. And also there's another element. When you start, I don't know about you, but when I started, I was more like a robotic. I'm gonna follow the instruction, and because you're trying to do the best, and then you realize that the best you can do is be yourself, but you need to be a yourself that is better than the one than from yesterday. So you need to keep improving. Okay, creating this cycle of improvement, and the best way to do improvement is to keep doing it. So what's the lesson here? Okay, before I end up, okay, I finish this video. So what is the lesson here? First of all, I took this YouTube channel seriously, and so you should do if you want to turn it into a business. Okay, then commit to, depend on your style. Okay, if you do editing on your video, it's really difficult to do 3 videos a week, but try to make as many as you can afford doing it. Okay, so if it's 1 video a week, 1 video a month, whatever, but do it constantly. Keep, the rhythm. Create a structure that helps you to stay within that cycle. And then find a way to get feedback. Okay, sometimes we have comment from the video, and I have some of the most beautiful comment I receive. That is really give you, the reason why I'm doing this is to build a community. Okay, I'm kind of I don't know, maybe sometimes we feel like a unique, okay, weird, I can't fit in any community, okay, I'm gonna build mine. So having these people giving you comment, having you comment below, giving you nice comment, this is beautiful, okay? It really makes you value the human connection and so on. So, I mean, I'm lost, okay? that is how difficult it is. So now you can scribe, you put notes and so on, but it's complicated because, at least for me, okay, it's complicated to keep a structure. I don't know, maybe I do experimental music, the structure is, it's not like a commercial music. Maybe because I'm a creative, maybe because I have things to say that comes to my mind. I love to improvise. I love to share my thoughts. Okay, this is now. now this is in somehow my strengths. Okay, which is also on one side a weakness. Okay, because create maybe confusion in people. But my strength is I think, okay? I'm a person that thinks, that create. This is the strength. And in my channel, it's not about be the guru that gives you answers, okay? It's a place where we think together, okay? Where I share my raw thinking. You can see my brain working. And I think this is what is needed and will be needed more and more. So on this trajectory where I'm completely opposite of what is suggested to be working on YouTube and TikTok, which is about being the guru that give the answers. Okay, I want to be the one that is not guru and doesn't give answers, but gives maybe question, gives a point of view, give a way of thinking, showing how thinking is done. That is the niche. Okay, this is what I'm trying to build. Now, if you now stay until this point, you are probably one of the 10% of people watching. So most people would have give up, okay? And sometimes the give up is simple, okay? I got enough knowledge. This is not the right knowledge of me. I already know this. I already know. So this assumption and so on. And then there is also me, you see, not be able to say, okay, I'm gonna finish here. I'm gonna finish here. And that is, it's not by chance that we are at this point, okay? Because if you stay until the end, because you really care, you want to really learn about something. And I'm showing you the right things to do and the wrong things to do, okay? Then it's about you to judge. Okay, what did I watch? What was that? Okay, and then you say, okay, but there was some value there, but there also contradiction. I love contradiction, okay? It's remember this, the contradiction is the friction between these two different points where meaning is created. So now, those 2 points, which I hope I put inside your mind, okay, that are they contradicting themselves, that is where you find your style. Okay, so your style is finding those elements of friction and then make decision. Make decision and say, I am this person, I'm not gonna compromise on this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this other. So those elements is what define you. So find your voice and empower it, believe in yourself, keep pushing, keep promoting, and keep liking and subscribing. Okay, so this is the end of the video. Again, 1,000 and something I'm gonna make the next video. Help me to get there, and see you soon.